Exactly, Jax. It's almost as though he's a player character. Hey, Huthor. So, have I just forgotten that Sevchenko died? What was I supposed to have seen this? I don't remember finding parts of his corpse, but it may have been a while. From Megan to Ericos. I hear you, Eric. What are you saying? Don't mean to rock the boat, but maybe you could convince him to let you come by and check out my work in person sometime. I feel it's progressing in the right direction, but since I don't have access to the original Adam Jensen files anymore, I'm simply not sure I'm getting the mutagenetic chemical composition right. And you know how important that formula is when it comes to stabilizing the nerve interface connection. Without it, these biochips won't work at all. I hear you, Eric, and I understand, but I don't think they'll listen to me. It was hard enough convincing them to allow this level of interaction between us. Soldiers used to being compartmentalized. They think everyone else should be able to work in the dark too, knowing only half the information. I am reviewing all your work though, so don't worry, I'll let you know if you're straying too far off. Oh! Huthor, yes. Yes, thank you. I followed Zivchenko's GPL to Tong, and Tong had his arm. There we go. I was just being a dummy. I did indeed see him die. Oh, well, I didn't see him die, but I knew that he was dead. Ah, thank you, Huthor. Thank you for being better than my stupid memory. I think I read that one already. I've read this one, yeah. Hi, Eric.
What do you want? I told you people not to barge in here. Wasn't the new biochip design enough?
Dr. Koss, I'm here to get you out.
Jensen? From Sarif? But we were told we'd been written off.
Not exactly.
Listen, Jensen. They forced me to work for them. I didn't want to create the new biochip, especially since it was based on Sarif's research, but they didn't give me a choice.
No one doubts your loyalty, Dr. Koss. Do you know what they plan to do with this new biochip?
Mind control.
I'm not sure. They said something about having Tai Young Medical produce it and distribute it through LIM, but I
Distribute through LIM.
I know, and I'm here to bring you all back. But to reach Megan, I need you, Colvin, and Faraday to stage lab accidents as a distraction, simultaneously.
Isn't that a little risky? Besides, how will we coordinate these accidents? It's impossible.
Maybe not. But it's that or staying here and eventually ending up like Dr. Sevchenko.
They killed him, didn't they? He kept provoking them, coming up with these wild escape plans. They try to keep us apart as much as possible now. All right, Mr. Jensen. I'm with you. What's our next move?
We need to disable their GPL tracker. I know Dr. Sevchenko was working on something.
Yes, a virus program. We all thought it was too risky considering we had nowhere to go. But I don't have it. You'd better check with Nia or Declan.
I just want to say I called it. Completely called it. They were working on mind control software. The biochip was being produced by Tai Young Medical. The malfunction, which by the way I have been having for a while, was completely engineered. It was fake. They introduced that biochip malfunction so that everyone would replace their own biochip with the new one that has the mind control software. Called it. Such a good choice not to get my own chip upgraded.
Dr. Koss, the biochip you mentioned was based on Sarif studies?
Yes, I believe so. At first I thought it was merely convergent research, but I've worked with Dr. Reed long enough to recognize her handiwork. Besides, I had been working on something similar back in Detroit.
And your knowledge of it made you invaluable here.
At least to a certain extent, it probably helped us all stay alive. But now with Dr. Shevchenko, I guess we've all become expendable. Except for Dr. Reed, I suppose.
Why do you say that?
Yes, Jackson
It's
signed
more
me
of
in on
a
it.
general feeling, I guess. Back in Detroit, we all realized that we were on the verge of something groundbreaking. And here, well, everyone seems to view her research as crucial in some way.
That might explain why she's being held in a secured area.
Possibly. I'm just glad we're going home. It's kind of hard to believe.
What about Faraday?
Declan, right. Dr. Koss, do you have any idea where they're keeping him?
I might. I overheard some of the guards. I think he might be working in the basement of the biomech labs. But I'm not sure.
It's exactly what Microsoft did with the Xbox 360 and Red Ring of Death. That would actually... That would be a pretty cool plot.
Sit tight, Dr. Koss. When you feel a vibration from your GPL, set off that distraction. That'll be the signal.
I will. Good luck, Mr. Jensen. And hurry.
This is what I like about games that stick to the point. It's, Hooter and I have had this argument a couple of times about that, chapter 4 in Witcher 1. About that chapter being the most witchery, but also the most, distracting of the main plot. Where that chapter, if it were the game itself or the plot of the game or the start of the game would be nice, but because it's a deviation from what the plot is, it's a bit of a distraction. I don't like that. Where here now, the DLC was interesting, was fun. The style in and of itself was a little bit different from before. It was a little bit more Deus Exy. By the way, everybody, I finished the DLC. I'm not going back to it, so feel free to spoiler whatever is in that DLC, whatever I missed, whatever cool stuff was still available. Unless, of course, it's, spoiler to what's to come. But where we're now, I'm liking this because this is the point where it starts. Let's see, I did take them out, so I can just cross. Where it starts really getting in on it. The plot starts thickening. It starts advancing. I wonder what we in those things. I think I want to look in those doors. But this is where it really starts. This is where I need to go. But this is where I really start getting in on the story, because it's that payoff of the build-up that we've been having for all this time, that we now get to see, what's happening, what is the effect of the start. So the Adam you play in the DLC is a clone of the original Adam. Test result, subjects 5-1. Hey there, just finished running the test on you asked for on that Asian girl. Subject 5-1. Sorry to say, it looks like an epic fail. I applied the stimulus pattern exactly as prescribed and even cross-checked it with the Eberhard module, but the BMI you implanted isn't picking up any activity in cortical neurons. I think you might need to go back on the drawing boards in this one. A reminder to all Omega Ranch personnel, regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued deployment in the Omega Ranch Research Facility. My throat is closing up for no reason whatsoever. Guess I've just been a little bit too...
Who is it?
No one?
Gotta stay out there, goddammit.
Yes? Housekeeping. We managed to get most of the interesting stuff. Hey, that's a surprising win, isn't it, Huther? Normally, I miss all the interesting stuff. Normally, Normally, my experience is, where is the damn door? Seriously, there should be a door here somewhere. I just... there's a door nowhere. This game is stupid. That is the normal Byronic gamer experience. However, in the choice between the prisoner and the scientist, there's a way to save them both. You know what? In retrospect, I should have known. When you said that this was the most Deus Exy of all, I was stuck on that normal video game experience. Oh, the game tells me it's either this or that. It must be one of these two. I completely forgot your advice, where this is the most Deus Exy, which should have made me realize that there would have been an option to do something more. There's a hatch at the bottom of the room that leads into the vents where you can eventually find the gas canisters and disable them. It makes so much realistic sense. This is exactly what that B-Tongue guy that they linked to in the YouTube was talking about, where a normal game gives you this artificial dichotomy. Choose one or the other. There's nothing you can do. Whereas this game has that realistic thing of, no, you can just take out the canisters. Ah! Shipping on the Yangtze River continues to be disrupted days after a violent explosion shut down the port of Hanming on Hengsha Island. The small dockyard, leased by Bell Tower Associates, sustained heavy damages. Chinese authorities believe Australian terrorists may be behind the bombing. Key world players visit Pangaea. Billionaire Hugh Darrow is inviting the world to Pangaea, a state-of-the-art installation in the high Arctic. I know we're going to go there, right? Darrow will be bringing key delegates from the United Nations, important players in the augmentation debate, and high-ranking government officials from around the world for a 3-day summit. Topping the agenda will be the augmentation issue. Insiders believe that Darrow and Lim, a major sponsor of the Pangaea project, are working together to reach an agreement with the UN and other international bodies concerning the regulation of human enhancement technology. Employing the highest percentage of augmented people in the world, Pangaea is a fitting stage to showcase the debate the possibilities that human enhancement represent. Let's see where that leads to. I think over the course of time we have beaten that out of you. Kinda. You certainly have helped train me into trying to find the alternative option, into working a little bit more on these games. See, but this is, by the way, exactly what I mean about the benefits of streaming and why I appreciate what you guys just do by supporting me here. You've helped me appreciate different games in different ways. Sort of helped me, learn how to get the most fun out of these, and that's why I enjoy that snob aspect of it, where basically there's a new game and I get to ask you people, what do I need to do to get the max enjoyment out of this? And you're pretty on the ball so far. I mean, we've had people come in the chat who are convinced that I play the game incorrectly because I'm doing this or doing that, but I think those of you who stick around, we enjoy games in a similar way. Not always the same thing, but at least we appreciate the similar things. Are you a scientist? This is not a weekend project using grade school chemistry, said Donald. We are working on a multi-million-dollar project, for Christ's sakes. Your lack of discipline and focus is totally unprofessional and could put our work in jeopardy. I want you to know that this is my first and last official warning. Written warning, even. If, under any circumstances, you ever fail to obey regulations, protocols, procedures, heck, if you forget to punch in getting inside the lab, I'll have you thrown out. Literally. I'm sorry to have to be so harsh, but your lack of scientific rigor has just cost us an entire week of tests. We can't simply assume that everything is all right and your misstep didn't have any effects whatsoever on the result. We have to start again. Please, for your own sake, be more careful. Paige Augustino, the boot up yo hiney. That is how you kids say these days, isn't it? Dr. Gomez have been charged with setting up new computer codes for everyone. You'll be required to use the following codes by next business day. O. Gomez. Tex-Mex. Wow, that's racist, buddy. Higgins. Tex-Mex. I mean, fair enough. Funny pun, but kinda racist, buddy. Tough love is the best medicine for the interactively challenged. Wow, Huthor. I like that expression though, the interactively challenged. Oh no, we got discovered.
Access granted.
These programmers. Come on. Don't tell me you don't know this already. I mean, who really owns the place? Everyone knows Hugh Darrow bought it through subsidiaries back in 2021. You just need to know where to look and whom to ask. There are a lot of interesting things that are quite interesting. Hugh Darrow? Hugh Darrow is behind the... He was talking to Seraph. He was in Seraph's office. Is Hugh Darrow behind? I've heard that one before. And it's all part of some shadowy conspiracy to manipulate and control the scientific world. It is, though. What am I saying? The world. Period. You should denote sarcasm here, by the way. To whoever felt it... Oh, this is Dwayne again. Lovely. To whoever felt it necessary to change my screensaver and desktop background for something involving pornographic farm animals for the third time this week. Very mature.
How unprofessional.
I will have you all know I am now installing tracking software on my computer and have asked security to place a hidden camera somewhere inside the lab. I'll be reporting the next person that decides to compromise the integrity of my workstation with these disgusting images. You have been warned, Dwayne. P.S. I'm still awaiting the return of my stapler. I know you have a chip. It's my stapler. Gonna have to put this place down. That guy really is... Oh god, what's his name again? Howard? No, not Howard. What is stapler guy from Office Space? Milton. Felt embarrassed that I didn't know. The Illuminati. Oh my god! Jexus has been hacked by the Illuminati.
Access granted.
And Huther's taken over! Oh god! Huther's being taken over by Jexus's Illuminati ties. Run while you still can. Wow. That male? Lol, man. What a bitch. Check this out. A reminder, the Omega Ranch Interdepartmental Mensa competition will commence this evening at 1900 hours. The semi-finalists for high security personnel will be announced in separate secure access transmission. Remember, more lives than your own may depend on your mental fitness. So you see, the Mensa... Trust me, it's not that much fun. At least a Dutch Mensa is pretty boring. And filled with people who conflate autism with high intellect. Concerning chairs, we are aware of the shortage of lab supplies, in particular chairs and stools. We have a new shipment coming in soon, and we'll keep you all updated. In the meantime, please refrain from using expensive lab equipment as a makeshift sitting apparatus. If you must insist on using a non-sanctioned sitting apparatus, please consider the tensile strength of materials present in the object in question in comparison to your own mass and volumetric density. In other words, stop breaking shit with your fat asses. XOXO, the management. Seriously, kisses the management? Ooh, hello. Dr. Abbott, I've been charged with setting up blah blah blah. Wait. Ablett, Abbott, monastic. That guy's a fountain of puns. We have taken over the accounts of your followers, but we know who you... Wait, no, that's not... Give me a second. me. No, not quite. We have taken over the accounts of your followers, Byronic Gamer. We know who you are. We know where you live. One of us. There we go. That's that. Stop breaking things with your fat asses. Due to high toxicity of material routinely handled in the compound, no smoking, eating, or drinking is permitted. Let's see, where do I need to go? Straight on and use the elevator to get down to the secret area. Although, I wonder about those offices. I kind of want to check those offices. Oh yes, Vaden. Microphone effects. I use a Voice Meter Banana. It is a wonderful piece of software. And you know what the best thing about it is? It is free. So I use it so much, I decided to donate to the guy who made it. Because he also made virtual audio cable, which gives you a number of virtual audio devices that you can basically use to filter out. That's how I filter out the music audio, the game audio, and the microphone audio itself. And I can control each individually, so that I can literally mix them. It's like a digital audio workstation. There's so much stuff behind here that there's a software emulation of like a board with different cables that I can plug in. I don't even know what it is. It's like individual channels and sub-channels and mixer and pin connectors. It is super advanced to the point where I don't mess with it because I just don't know what to do with it. Ooh. Listen closely and act fast. If you look at the window, you'll see a white van. Holy crap, there actually is a white van. Do not approach. Look to the right. There's a pregnant 14-year-old girl typing a message on her phone. How'd she get in here? Approach her and wait further instructions. I'm out of here. Hey. The 14-year-old girl was just ordering a pizza. There were no instructions. You lied to me. The Shadow of Omega, Chapter 4, the 2018 accident. It is in year 2 of the Trump presidency. No. Omega Ranch was a massive undertaking, a highly secure site with multiple labs and research departments, along with support structures and accommodation complex. In 2009, the Disease Control Initiative opened their doors to the world's doctors, but the facility was dogged by technical issues, staffing problems, and underfunding. The pressures on WHO staff at isolated facility grew, and finally, in 2018, the worst-case scenario came to pass. A breach in containment led to the explosive spread of a modified variant of the H5N1 avian flu virus, which swept across Malaysia, killing tens of thousands of people. The exact details of the cause of the outbreak are unclear, although some conspiracists have insisted that the event was deliberately triggered by clandestine groups, perhaps as an attempt to destabilize the region. The epidemic would have long-lasting effects on Malaysia. See, I already read that, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Re-establishing control. Oh god, no! Illuminati! No! Oh, you live. There's bound to be a 14-year-old girl on the phone. Probably pregnant, too. Yeah.
This is going to be some kind of ghost story. You can save your breath, Lieutenant.
No, nothing like that, sir. They were saying they thought it had something to do with the plumbing. Should I take a look down there?
Not worth it. Probably just a valve that needs tightening.
Yeah, in all fairness, in the bus, I do see some teenage pregnancies. Okay, I'm gonna load, because this is not the Jensen we have. Also, he's standing in the middle of a computer. This is not the Jensen we have. I'm gonna quick load. I held down the button too long. Malasia was always a sick part of Asia. Hi-oh! Latin jokes. But yeah, I've always found that just so weird. But it does tell you something about just this area, that there are teenage pregnancies.
I heard that.
Oi, I did the double! No. I did the double. Pretty sick. Bratan. Bratan. I don't even know how that was said. Here. It's a single takedown. Okay, that's not good. In that case, zap you and knock you out. There you go, buddy. Oh, that's gotta hurt. So you can't do a double takedown on somebody who's sitting down. Fair enough. Thank you for your login information. Biomech laser code. There we go. Wait, Dwayne Hicks? D. Hicks? Dix? The guy's called Dix? Really? Ooh, tranquilizer rifle. Should not have gotten Civilization 6 to urge a play. It is so strong. I heard that it's really good. I heard that it's a real strong development over Civ 5, but to be fair, I haven't played any since Civ 4, I think? Which was the one with religion in it? No, wait, that's the one that introduced religion to it.
Access granted.
Oops. Here's a copy of the file on their security specialist. Shouldn't be a problem. I'll also send you copies of the asset files. Jensen, Adam, male, Caucasian. Date of birth 1993. I'm older than Adam Jensen? Both parents deceased. Foster parents located in Detroit area. College education. University of Phoenix. Associate degree in criminal... He has an associate degree. People... He has an AD. That's only half a degree. Really now. I have lost all my respect for him. Just kidding. I actually think ADs... we offer a couple of ADs. It's an interesting development on how to train people who are already in a workforce, and just... That's where education is going, actually. The expansion, lifelong learning is what it's called. Magna cum laude. Nice. Cause, there we go. So they have files on all of us. Current status acquired. Deceased, yep. Okay, I think we're ready to get going. Disable the laser grid and continue onwards. We need to do an all mod and Byronic Stellaris game. Oh crap, Stellaris. Stellaris would be so... It looks so cool. I've specifically not bought Stellaris because, let's face it, I already don't play Crusader Kings 2 because it takes too much time. And I know that's one thing I liked about what I've read of Stellaris, is that it's more streamlined. So I appreciate that, but I just worry that Stellaris would take too much time out of my life.
Granted.
Isn't that, there's no way to do that turn-based though, is it? Jexus, I think Stellaris is also, well, that real-time turn-based slash thing that, that Paradox does. 4 has religion, 4 introduced it. That's the one I played then. I played the one that had religion for the first time as a new system. Never really played that much. I was never that much of a Civ kind of guy. Which is odd. You'd figure I would be, right? Are you okay? What? Are these the test subjects? Sorry, buddy. You're reaching for the painkillers, but... Oh, I think these are the first test subjects. Okay. This is gonna be story time, isn't it? I mean, let's face it. Metagamey-wise, we're going to an operating theater, and then there's a room which has no exit. We are going to the end of this area, and I'm super excited. Play Black and White 1 and 2? Oh, those were good. Those were good. I agree with Vena, though. I think Black and White 1 was the more solid game. It felt more connected, more... It felt like it had more of a point. 2 tried to add some things that didn't seem very relevant. They just tried to sort of update it and go like, hey, look at what we can do. Is real-time basically the same as EU4? Space Empire 4 in real-time with better graphics and less options, so they've already patched some interesting stuff. Diplomacy is in this one. Hard running games now also a thing. So leave a multiplayer game and the AI will take over quite competently. That's good. Although, you know, we've had this argument before. Technically, it's still turn-based behind the scenes, mechanically. It functions on a turn basis, which is... because it ticks over. There's no... At least that's my argument. There's no RTS type of thing where there's there's a tick, obviously, like as in a game loop, but